And now we are going to be rich.
Now, because we know that we are now having a lead in this country, Malawi must develop. Malawi must achieve something. Since we know that there is a 5-year term of Professor Peter Muntharika, we don't think like a country we can be complaining about how are we going to do our job. Because already the professor knows, the current president of Malawi knows what Malawi is looking for. He's received a lot of votes nationwide. People believe in him as the right person to carry this country forward, to make this country develop. The inaugural speech that Professor Peter Muntharika spoke, presented to Malawians, is so excellent and full of positive expectation for Malawians, because they've spoken something which is very good.
And now we are going to be rich is what is destroying this country. Government is not a fish. Government is not a political party.
He promised change. And he said he is a different president now. I think that's great. Giving Malawians hope. That's what we want. Malawi, as a country, must develop. But there are a lot of things which are hindering the development of this nation. Number one problem hindering the development of Malawi is lack of new ideas of doing things. Innovation.
It is that fishing spirit. It is that DJA spirit that is destroying this country. And from today onwards, the practice of DJA is gone. I find
we are not embracing innovation in this country. Imagine doing farming in a primitive way. Imagine doing everything in a primitive way. And we are happy by doing that. We think that's life. We say we are Malawians, we embrace our culture. Come on. Primitive ideas of doing things are no longer important nowadays, because they are slow in doing things and they cannot develop our nation quickly. Primitive farming methods are no longer important now. Using a hoe to do farming, no longer important. We are in the past. Our friends are advancing. China is advancing. Europe has already advanced. America is advanced already. They're no longer using primitive methods of doing things. They're today discovering new ideas. What are we doing as a country? Are we embracing new ideas in order to develop? No! We're doing the same old way of doing things. Come on, we cannot do that like that. Imagine cooking using makala. When people have already embraced innovative ways of cooking, whereby they're using cooker. In Malawi, how many people? It's no longer now something that is very special to use a cooker to cook food, because everybody else today can use cooker. But in Malawi, we are not embracing these methods because we think like they are not part of our culture. They were discovered by Europeans. No. They were discovered by people. New ways of doing things. Today we are not embracing new methods of doing things. We are not developing. We must be innovative as a nation. We must come up with new ideas of doing things. Stop the old way of doing things. It will no longer bring us nowhere else. It can't bring as we cannot develop actually by that.
That is destroying this country. And from today onwards, the practice of Jidere is gone. I find
we need to start doing things in a modern way. Let's be innovative as a nation. Our nation cannot develop with this mentality of saying this is a cultural value. Let's maintain it. Maintaining all the method of farming, you think that's a cultural value, and it's very important because that kind of work, by doing farming in the old way, is just tiresome and backward. We cannot develop by that. Let's discover new ways. You can agree with me, go to the State House there. They're using modern ways of doing things. Go to the people who are rich in this country. They're using modern ways of doing things. That's why they're sophisticated. They're developing very fast. No, they're going by time. While the rest of the people in this country are using the old methods. And we are in the past, while our friends are in the future. That's not how we can develop. Let's come up with new methods of doing things. Let's make Malawians sophisticated. That's how we can develop.
That we suffer in this country. And I ask all of you, leaders of faith, help us heal this nation. I also want to thank our friends and partners in the
and become rich as a nation. Without doing that, this country will remain poor, will remain backward. We cannot develop with the old methods of doing things. I know cultural value is very important, but whenever it comes to development, do not associate it with cultural value. Development is how are you smart in doing things? Are you able to come up with new ideas so that what was failing with the new approach, which is modern, can now be worked out so that as a country we can develop, improve the methods of doing things? We can do that. We can create a new country with new people who are smart enough, who are going by time. They're no longer living in the past, they're living in the present and in the future. Our friends today are advancing using different methods which are very sophisticated. And we are busy living in the past, failing even to achieve farming. Because the methods we're using of doing farming can no longer be productive and useful to the development of this nation. Cooking, we're still using mafua to cook, and we're not developing. We should start embracing new methods of doing things which are improved methods. And we can be sophisticated and be regarded as smart people. Malawians, we can no longer be living in the past. This is a time for us to be living in the future. Who is failing the nation in order for it not to develop? There are leaders who are creating the environment for local people to be kind of the backward environment whereby nothing is working. We just should be given assistance in terms of financial little assistance to us by the government and politicians, which are just kind of things that is avoided like us. Coming somebody here and say, we are going to paint the bridge, or we are going to build you a bridge using matabra. Think like that's the smart way of developing this nation. And we embrace that as development, and we support leaders who are like that. No. This is the time now we should be more innovative. If we are building bridges, let's find out the new methods of doing bridges. Our friends are advanced. They're no longer doing old way of building bridges. We can do likewise. It's not about, no, we don't have engineers in this country to embrace that. No, it's just about mindset. Professor Muntharika spoke about the mindset issue. If we want to develop, development must start within us. We must change within ourselves and begin to work towards what's very best for us according to the time we are living in. This is 21st century. We are no longer in the 80s, whereby we could do the same thing that our old fathers were doing. Now we should do the new way of doing things. Let's develop. Let's build this nation. It is ours. Nobody's going to build this nation for us. I wonder why politicians do pretend as if they know something. But whenever it comes to do what actually they say, they don't do anything. They can speak today in an eloquent way, impressive way, but doing what they say is very hard for them. Why is that so? Because politicians would like to make people live in the old way. And now they're speaking things in the new way of life, which is modern and sophisticated way, whereby development is no longer like kind of the primitive method kind of use. Now we should maintain the new methods, which are innovative and very advanced technologically. But now, because the people are living in the past, while our leaders are living in the future, we are failing to have a synergy, whereby the relationship can be very good between the leaders and the people to move along together. We need to break the barriers and let's work together. We have to have same knowledge, same understanding, same financial empowerment, and we work together as one to develop. That's not the only way we can develop. Malawi can develop if we embrace innovative ways of doing things. Let's stop about primitive mentality and catch of doing things, which had no longer any relevance in the present time. Thank you for watching this video. Until I come back with another video, have a very good day. My name is Hanek on Hannes TV. Bye-bye.